Hello, I will be coaching my dad through the final practical. We will be doing 7 exercises. Each of those will be one set with 8 reps and 30 to 60 seconds of rest in between them, which will not be shown for the video. So our first exercise that we have is the split squat, and these will all be performed with dumbbells except for the calf raises. So for the split squat, you're going to want these. You're going to make sure the starting position, you're going to be about hip width apart, and for the starting position, you're going to have a neutral spine, proud chest, and engage your shoulders. You don't want to be rounding your back like that. You want to have it engaged as long as below your core. You want to, when you are going down for the eccentric phase, the back foot is going to be 90 degrees as well as the front foot. You want to make sure you're not going too far to the sides or too far back or too close, so they're good 90 degrees. And then you're also wanting your front foot, your knee not to come in or anything, and keep that facing forward. So when you're going down, you'll go down like this. You can touch your knee, and then you're going to come back up and drive through that heel and come up while keeping everything engaged. And yeah. Okay, so I'll now set these down, and my client will pick them up and perform the set, and I will be getting coaching cues during this. Good starting position. You may begin. Good, slow and controlled. And then I'll be walking around to the front to look at the knee. And this is, you can alternate your legs through each one, or you can do one at a time, whatever works for you. Engage your shoulders a little more. Your shoulder blades a little more. It's not round up. That's good. Good. He's good at keeping his knee in the front, not coming in and watching that, because that can cause injury. Good balance too. Okay, perfect. So for our next exercise, we have the bent over row. What you're going to do for this one is you are going to have your feet about hip width apart, and you want to also engage your back and shoulder blades so you're not rounding it. That's a common error. And when you're going in you want to have your knees slightly bent as well to get a range of motion. You're going to hinge your hips back while keeping your spine neutral. You want to be around a 45-degree angle. Again, contract those shoulder blades. And then coming up, keep your shoulders or your elbows close to your body as you can, around 45-degree angles, and then lower. You want to be slow and controlled, and hit around lower ribs to belly button area. That's what you're going to try to get. And this is a pronated grip. So now I'll help my client do that. You could probably bend over a little more. There you go. Good. Make sure you're breathing through these exercises. He's doing a good job at not flaring his elbows too much and keeping the spine neutral and engaging. Make sure you're pinching. And then also hit lower rib.
How many?
8. Okay. So for our next one, we have the walking lunge. We're going to be doing 4 this way and 4 that way. And then this is an alternating leg exercise. So what you're going to be doing is in the starting position, You want to be standing tall, upright, engage proud chest, and then it's similar to the split squat, but just going forward. You want your legs to be 90, or your knees to be 90-90, and again, you don't want the front leg coming in at your knee. And then it's just good to be slow and controlled to make sure you're balanced and stuff, and not like all over the place. So in the lowering phase, you're going to step out, step out and go down, slow and controlled, and then you're going to push through that front leg's heel and drive back up to the starting position, and then reset, and then go to the next one continuously. So, there. Watch the hips moving, keep them as controlled as possible. Front knee is good. Good. A lot more controlled on the way back. Good. That looked good. Okay. So for the next one is our bench press. So I will be grabbing the bench press. There. Okay. Is that right? So for this one, you're going to want to be starting and then there we go. Okay, you want to be starting in a sitting position upright with your weights resting on your thighs, and then as you're going down, you're gonna, if it's a heavier weight, you can like kick it up with your thigh. And then you're going to be in a 5 points of contact. You want the weights to be like a 45-degree angle, not necessarily straight. And then you want it in line with your chest. And then you also want to make sure your knuckles are pointed towards the sky to keep that wrist neutral. And then you also want your wrist and forearms to be in line throughout the whole movement. When you are lowering the weight, make sure you keep your arms around a 45-degree angle, or your elbows in line with the midline of your body. You don't want them flared out too much. And then you want to pinch your shoulders together to create that tension so you can lift the weight properly, and then again keep those 5 points of contact. And when you're coming up, push. So it'll look like this, coming down, slow and controlled. And then once you get in line with your chest, you're going to want to push back up like this. Good starting position. Good control. And you'll complete 8 reps of those. Overall, this form looks pretty good. Make sure you're not flaring the elbows out too much. Yeah, and keep your knuckles pointed towards the sky. Okay, good. Okay, for the second to last third to last is the RDL. And for this one, you can be hip width apart. Again, starting position, neutral spine, engage proud chest, engage your shoulder blades. Don't want to be rounding the back. what you're gonna do is slightly bend your knees and hinge at your hips. This is where most of the movement is gonna be coming from. You're gonna wanna push your hips backwards. And then as you're coming down, keep the weight as close to your body as possible. And then you're gonna wanna stop around right below your knee or when you're feeling a stretch in your hamstrings. So it'll come this for the downward face. And then you move slow and controlled, and I feel stretched. I'm gonna come back up, pushing with my hips and fully extending. Like this. Main muscles for this is the hamstring and glutes. Before you begin that downward face, bend your legs a little bit, yeah. Make sure you're engaging your shoulders, not rounding the back. Slow and controlled. Make sure you're not bending your knees too much. And knee right below knee. Okay. So for our second to last exercise now is the shoulder press. You can do this sitting or standing. We'll be doing it standing. But if you were to sit, you want the bench to be almost upright, and you can also lift the lower part a little bit so you're not sliding forward. So for this, you're going to be shoulder width apart, and you want your elbows, you want the weight to be slightly in front of your body, and then around a 45-degree angle, and you want it to come down or start at your shoulder level. And then again, proud chest. Make sure you're not overarching your back. That's a common error, which can lead to injury, especially if you're doing heavier weight. And then you're gonna want to fully extend your arms, or as much as you can, once you're at like the top position. So it's gonna look like this, and then you're gonna slowly lower it back down, and then go back up. Again, see how it is slightly in front of my body, and then just keep your core engaged. That'll be the main thing to help not arch your back too much. Yeah. And then make sure your wrist and forearm are in line, and it's not like that. Good. Make sure the dumbbells are turned in a little bit. Good. Okay, our last exercise is the calf raise. We will be doing this without the dumbbells. Okay, you can do this with elevation, so you can get a bigger stretch or more range of motion, but we'll just be doing it with nothing. So what you want to do, common errors, is overextending the hips when you're in that position or leaning too far one way. Again, engage your core, have good posture, and just keep a neutral spine overall. You can have a slight bend in your knees. You're gonna roll to the balls of your feet and extend up, engaging those calves, and then slowly come back down. This movement is slow and controlled throughout the whole thing. So I'll do it one more time. Coming up, make sure you're not leaning too far forward or anything with that, and then come back down. You can make this harder by adding weight or creating a bigger range of motion. Try to limit the rocking back and forth. good. The body is in a neutral position. Good. And that is all. Thank you.